Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol EYES. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price and just makes mapping out the levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. And in this case, really makes kind of summarizing the price action pretty straightforward. And I would summarize the price action as pump and dump on thin ice. Now, when I say pump and dump, I'm not saying that this company is, being run out of somebody's attic over in Somalia. I'm not saying that. I am talking about strictly how the price action reacted. And my definition of a pump and dump is price makes a really good move, and then within a relatively short amount of time, the price is right back to where it started, or sometimes even lower. So let's just first map out kind of where it all started. And, the main breakout point right down around here, give or take, but we'll call it $1.20 is where everything essentially started. So let's now apply the criteria. Price makes a really good move. Well, considering the price was here, it gapped all the way up there and then ran all the way to that point, I would say that was a really good move. But then within a short amount of time, the price goes back to where it all started. And given that this all happened in the same day, I would say, yeah, that's a pretty short amount of time. So the price pulled back here. Now, I mentioned on thin ice. The reason I say is on thin ice is, did the price go back to where it all started? Did the price, go back to this range of the chart? It did not. So you can't say, full blown, yeah, this was a pump and dump. But is it getting pretty close? Yeah, it's very close to potentially going back inside of that range, hence the thin ice comment. And if you want to define or, put a number next to thin ice, I'd call it $1.20. Any sort of closes below $1.20 puts it right back to within this range where it all started. And again, the price going back to where it started after a great move, that is a pump and dump. So pump and dump on ice is how I would, on thin ice I should say, is how I would describe that. Now, in the event the price does actually start to bounce back upwards, where are some of these areas of resistance at? Initial area of resistance on any sort of bounce, going to call right up there at $1.32. And then after $1.32, next level of resistance to keep an eye on at $1.38. So yeah, there's still a little bit of hope for the bulls. They could still technically build a higher base and get moving again. But yeah, definitely on thin ice. I don't want to see the price going back to where it all started. So we'll see how this all unfolds next week. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.